So this is the official meet recap from January 24th. But yeah, so 637.5 kilo total at the meet. Little over 1,400 pounds. That's a PR total. Every lift was a PR, but there's some stipulations to that. The bench officially was not a PR on meet day. It was tied with my PR, but we'll talk more about that. But basically, I hit more, but it didn't count. So this was the squat. So my first two attempts were pretty easy. This was a pretty decent grinder. This was what was it? 215? Yeah, 215. So 474. So that's a squat PR. Um, I don't think I really had more on the table with this one. I knew I was never going to get any bad calls on squat because the way I squat is like always going to be, I'm never going to be caught on depth. Yeah, like I had a sticking point. Maybe you could argue I had like a kilo or two in the tank, but I don't think so. I think that was it. Typically, when I start grinding that slow, like I'm I'm not gonna be able to add more weight. So that was about as good as it could have went. Honestly, my squat felt great on the day. I thought it was gonna feel like terrible because of my knee. Um, so that was good. Um, then on the bench. So this was 147.5 kilos, which is 325, which is what I hit in my last single in prep. It was way harder than the last single I hit in prep. I will say it might it could have been fatigue from squat. It could have been just like I I'm gonna make the excuses. The setup in the train in the warm up room was horrible. I also had my shoes disqualified as well. Um, my shoes were disqualified because they had a rip in like the side of them. So I couldn't bench in the shoes that I normally bench in. So and like I said, the warm up room was terrible. Yeah, it was a good grind, but the everything was against me on this on bench today. So like the fact that I got this, I'm very happy. Also, I did get more than this. We'll talk about that on the. I'll go to the next post, but I actually did hit 330, but it didn't count because I'm an idiot. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. But it was very suboptimal environment. But I really don't care about bench that much. Like yes, I could go try and hit like 335 in my gym, but I just don't really care that much. And I have another competition soon, so hopefully I can hit it there. But let's go on to deadlift. So this was 275 kilos, which is 606. This is a PR, actually a PR. I had never touched this weight before this day. Um, Pretty easy, honestly. And again, I did actually deadlift heavier than this, and it got disqualified. So we will see that as well. um, but like this was, I knew deadlift was going to be good, but I was just worried about how much the kilo plates would fuck me over because I've been using pound plates throughout the whole prep. Because basically the plates being closer to the bar, the center of the bar, makes it whip less and bend less. So it's like, in theory, you have a harder start position. Um, but I think the issue actually is at my lockout. I think I need a better start position, to be honest, if I truly care about increasing my deadlift more. Because here to there, like, there's a very minimal amount of, like, spine movement. And I'm not saying this is going to cause injury or anything because I feel fine. Like, my back deadlift didn't screw up my back. It was my squat that screwed up my back. I strained something on my second squat, so I had to deal with that the whole day. Um, my deadlift feels perfectly fine. Like my low back has been fine this whole prep. Like I think the issue is I'm very rounded in my start position to compensate to give myself better advantage off the floor. So I get off the floor really easy, but then my deadlift, as you can see, or sorry, my lockout is really hard. Like getting this actually locked out is the hardest part of the lift, and I think that's where I got my red lights on my third attempt. Um, so if I was to like optimize this in the future, I just need a more solid start position really. So like here, like if I can just get slightly more neutral here and like maybe get my hips wedged under a little bit more I think it's hard to say. And it might also be like the position I get into here. Like I think maybe I need to start getting my shoulders back. Like this is bad. This is not good. This right here, this position is this is where the issue lies, I think. It's like everything is behind the bar. This is really hard to obviously lock out properly. So I don't know. Tough. But yeah, there's me on stage. I got first. So we got first in the 100 kilo class. We got fourth overall at the meet. So yeah, that was about all you could ask for on your first powerlifting meet, I would say. This guy was an animal. I saw him grind the craziest deadlift ever. He missed it, but it was literally, it was actually insane. Who got first overall? I didn't even look. I don't remember. But there was a guy in a heavier weight class, obviously, that outlifted me. And I think there were some juniors that outlifted me in the 100 kilo class, but obviously they don't count in the open. I wonder, did this guy commented on the video, I think, right? Where he was? Yeah, here he is. I hope he still has it on his story. Oh, no, his story. Wait, did he post it? No, this is a different meet. Damn. Okay. So that guy fucking grinded the craziest deadlift. It was actually insane. It was wild to see in person. But yeah, there's me. There's immediately went to the bar and did a car bomb after dinner, and then had to drive home so I didn't get stuck in the snow. But all right, let's go to the failed lifts. So this is the deadlift. This was 617, 280 kilograms. It literally it looks almost identical to my last one. Like it's kind of insane. I'm really like I think it's there. Like so what I'm thinking is I think my knees weren't fully locked out. I think that's probably what it was. But the thing is the front judge also gave me a red. I could see the knees being the issue if the side judges gave me the red. But it would be really hard for the front judge to see my knees not being locked there. So I feel like something else had to be an issue. Whether it's my shoulders not being back fully or whether... I think it might have been ramping. I think they are counting like that as like hitching. I think that might have been what the front judge called. And I think the side judges might have called my knees or something. But because like the final positions look pretty similar. I was kind of pissed about this. I was like, what? In my fucking rule books, I'm counting this. Like this is my actual PR. Like it's actually crazy. But I'm happy I got 617. Like I said, I think if I could fix some inefficiencies, I could probably get 700, at some point in my life. Do I want to do that? I don't know. Maybe not. That's why I haven't decided what I'm going to do going forward. Yes, I lifted the weight by all definitions, but not by the specifications of powerlifting, unfortunately. But I want to do a meet. Well, I'm doing this meet in March, the super total with the snatch, clean, jerk, and the SBD. After that, I'm going to take some time to just relax and decide what I want to do going forward. But and then this is the bench. So this is actually 150, 330. This is all my fault, by the way. This is no fault of anybody else other than me. I racked the bar too quickly. So normally the spotters are supposed to take the bar right here. Did you see? I racked it. So because I racked it before they gave the rack call and the spotters took it, it didn't fucking count. So that's annoying. So that was really annoying. So yeah, I also got 330, but it didn't count. So my personal PRs to me is 330, 617, and 474. So that's what I'm going with. But obviously to meet specifications, I did not get those. But yeah, so that was basically it. That was the whole meet. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care about the meets that much. I was kind of just doing this for fun and to learn. like I said, that's why I'm not sure if I want to do any more. Like, yes, there is more potential for me in powerlifting, but do I care enough? I don't know. I, I haven't looked inward enough to realize whether that is for me or not. So I'm gonna take some time to do that. But regardless, it was a fun experience. It opened my eyes to, like, kind of before I started, I was like, man, I don't think I would ever want to do this again. But then by the end of it, I was like, damn, that was kind of fun. Like, maybe it would be cool to do this. The thing is, if you take powerlifting seriously, like, you're doing multiple competitions a year. You're doing regionals, you're doing nationals, you're doing all that crap. That's a lot of time investment. And I don't know if that time investment is going to get me where I want to be personally. So that's something I need to battle with as well. I think I'm destined to be a basement lifter, is what I'm learning, I think. But there's something about meet day, man. Like, there's something about it. Like, the adrenaline is real. Like, when you're out on that platform, man, there's nothing in your mind between you and lifting the weight. Like, I truly believe, like, I felt the strongest I've ever felt on that day because of the environment. So it's like, it's crazy. But yes, that's what most people are trying to do, celebrations. I'm just brain dead and want to lift heavy rock and lift heavier rock. But yeah, no, it was a good experience. I may or may not do it again, but we have that comp coming up soon in March. So yeah, that's it. So yeah, if you guys want to follow along on any of the socials, obviously the Instagram is here. Some of you already follow it, Dr. Jelly Lifts. Twitter is where all the stream announcements go, and I just re-upload stuff to Twitter. Same at Dr. Jelly Lifts. TikTok as well. TikTok, I just repost everything I put on Instagram. I put no effort into it, so probably don't follow me there. YouTube, I'm going to start putting, like, I'm doing my long form weekly training videos up. I'll probably continue to do that, just where I talk about, like, my weekly training. And then my shorts are just all re-uploaded from Instagram, basically. Yes, a TikTok. And then after this next meet, while I'm not in a competition prep, I want to start doing, like, fun streams where, like, I'm going to announce it beforehand. Maybe we do it, like, once a month, but, like, we're going to start doing, like, stupid, like, gaming integrated lifting streams where it's like, every time you die in a Dark Souls challenge run, you have to fucking squat 300 pounds or something like that. Like, stupid stuff like that. Because I think that'd be really funny. And I've never seen anybody do it before, so I want to do it. So I'm probably going to start doing streams like that and then chopping them up and throwing them on YouTube in long form. Maybe I'll pay somebody to do that. I don't have the time to do that. So I'll probably pay somebody to do that. So if anybody's interested, reach out to me. But that's kind of the plan going forward. And then I will take more time to think on whether I want to ever do any more competitions ever again. So, yeah.